Hello, hello, and welcome to today's live, all about talking to women. And I'm going to give you scripts. This is a surprise live. So if you're watching the replay, I'll mark it below when this video starts because I really want you to get involved in really exact scripts that I'm going to give you. And obviously, as we all know, and if you're chiming in, please comment below, please comment on the live and tell me that you are here with me, where you're tuning in from, because I love to hear from you guys all the time. But also, too, let's remember a couple of things here when it comes to talking to women, because it is very important to remember that when we are communicating with women, it is no secret that communication is a critical skill that you need to master in order to have success in any part of your life. And in this life, we're talking about is relationships and dating with women, right? And so, what is important, the reason why I wanted to do this live is I wanted to really be um, quite open with you guys and give you guys scripts today on how to communicate with women and also in different situations. So I've gotten so many great results from the program that I have, which is the Talking to Women scripts. And I love to break some of those scripts down for you guys so you can see what is inside and also how to really communicate effectively with women to create that attraction and also to create attraction with yourself, right? Because oftentimes I get asked by my clients if there is a specific word I should be saying, or the specific line that I need to be saying, or something like this. And it's really interesting because attraction doesn't grow by a specific line because then you become a robot and you're automated, right? It becomes attraction becomes authentic and real when you're able to embody who you are as a person and lead in the conversation because you're comfortable with yourself. And that's what I want to show you today on how to do it. Because over the past several years, I've created really successful scripts and also really successful clients using them. Now, one thing that I always say is don't use them verbatim, but also use them to when you feel like you are able to communicate with a woman on different things. So, typically, what I like to go into is like approaching scripts and things like this. But today, what we're going to talk about is I'm going to give you three scripts on when you ask a girl a number or you give her your number. Also, a script for online dating that works like really well. And then also, really how to share a status story, which many men have no idea how to do in sharing a story. Typically, we're like, oh, I can't talk about myself. I can't do XYZ. Can't do this. Apollonia. It feels weird to me. And hello, guys, for chiming in for the live. Hello there, guys. And I'm terrible at talking to women, things like this, right? So this is what I'm going to change is because typically when it comes to storytelling, a lot of times we'll think, oh, this is not good. Like I can't tell a story. I've never done this before. I can't talk about myself, right? So let's dive in and really get clear on why it's important and why it's effective to communicate with women. So, one of the reasons why it's effective to just communicate with women, but people in general overall, is because you can build a connection. And inside connection, attraction builds, right? So, inside connection, attraction will always, always build. And one thing that you, with long term relationships or sustainability and attraction, when there's seduction that comes into play, when you guys have been hitting it off and there's dates that are going on, the reason why a woman goes out on the date with you in your first initial date, especially if you meet her online, especially if you look like your photos, is because she does have some interest in you. It's about how do I connect with this man now moving forward. And so many times when we go on dates, sometimes we have these surface level conversations and the woman's like, yeah, he was nice, but I just didn't feel anything, right? And typically it's because women want to connect deeper. I want you guys to think about this. Like when we talk to our girlfriends, we share details, we go in deep, like we have a already trained, I guess, mind and whatever you can say, conversation skills about going deep. Typically, not every woman will want this all the time, but most majority of women are like this, and it's because of the fact that we love to connect, right? I think people just in general love to connect, but also for a woman, the reason why she wants to connect with a man on a date is not only to feel safe and to feel wanted, but to feel like they have some type of synergy going on, right? They're each other's styles, they get each other, they share something in common because commonality also builds two people together and where they feel a little bit more connected. And so when you feel more connected, you build more attraction and you build more desire. Hi, Andy. Hi, Butch. Hi, Courtney. Nice to see you. Hello, Adrian. Nice to see you as well. Hello, Taco Kyoto. So let's talk about this. Now, I'm going to go into that in the status storytelling. But what I want you to do is I want you to imagine yourself. Imagine the fact that you can go on a date with a woman and feel so comfortable that you can own who you are, even if you mess up. That's ideally what I want you guys to do because even in the mess ups, it's when you build attraction. I remember this guy I was coaching and he's in my membership program and he always shows up. One of the things that I remember him telling me was that he just owned who he was. He was a quirky, maybe ex dorky guy, some would call him, right? But even when he said jokes that were dorky or anything, the girl would laugh because it was cute and he would just make fun of himself in the process, right? And so what's happening here is not only does he have the ability to emote, but it shows a woman that he doesn't take himself so seriously. And when you don't, this shows a side of confidence. It shows a side of boldness. It shows a side of part of masculinity that this man is content with who he is and what he wants and his direction of what he's doing with whoever he is in life and his communication style, right? And so that's what's really effective with just owning who you are. No matter, so because so many times what I see too is that men are trying to do exactly what this guy did or this guy did. And the truth is everybody is different. And as long as you are able to encourage yourself to make sure that you are able to be comfortable with your own oneness, like I say this majority of the time is your own oneness, you will be able to embody humor, flirtation, seduction, and everything in your way. But it's about being comfortable from within. So I'm going to give you a couple scripts because I know that's what you guys want to hear too in regards to approaching and things like this. Um, let's see. Now, let's go into the first one. So when we approach, right? So I talk about approach. I have many videos about approach. We're not going to talk about that today. Obviously, we're just talking about scripts. And you give a girl your number. You know, one of the best things I think to do is really exchange phone numbers and exchange phones and put your phone number in there. Well, once you do an approach, sometimes we're like, we don't want that conversation to go on for too long. We want to get her number and we want to, find some commonality in the conversation, make her laugh, get to know her, see if she's even someone we want to communicate with further on. And if we do, here's a script that works like gold, guys. Giving your number script, I call it. It says, you say, look, I don't typically give my number out to strangers, but I'm getting pretty good vibe from you, but I'm getting a pretty good vibe from you. So I'm breaking all the rules today, right? Now what you're doing here is you're being a little humorous, you're putting her on the spot, and you're also not taking it seriously. And it also this line does show a lot of confidence. Look, I typically don't give my number out to strangers, but I'm getting a pretty good vibe from you today. So I'm breaking all the rules today. How about we exchange numbers? And you look at her like this after approach. This is a great way to do it because you're bringing some funness into it. If she can laugh with you, and it's not like you're bringing the walls down a little bit too, because it's not like so drastic as, hey, let me get your number, right? It's more about you are taking an approach of not only connection and positivity, but you're also just really showing her that it is what it is, right? And you're just joking with it. And you're just making this less of a nervous situation for her too by being comical. Because believe it or not, women do get nervous too when they get approached, right? Women do get nervous too when they're on dates, guys. So this is a good one to use when you are asking for a number during an approach. Now let's go into online dating. Obviously, online dating is a numbers game. It is very critical that you build your online dating app, especially for men, with a very quick, funny bio, great photos, which we help you guys with. We do an online dating profile analysis, and me and my coach Cynthia, will always be able to revamp your profile. We do this live with you, and we show you exactly what to do. And so I love this script in regards to this script is when you are reaching out to a woman, but you guys have been talking for a while and now you want to get her to the next date. The reason why I like this script is because it's very important to understand every woman is different, right? So if you're talking to a woman that wants to take things slow and she's not a woman that really wants to go on dates from guys online just like this, she might need more time to communicate with you. And so this is an opening, and it also shows like you have an emotional intelligence about you to say, let's go on a date or no. Like I'm going to put this kind of in I want to take you on a date, but I'm also don't want to make you uncomfortable about this. And if you need more time, right? So the reason why I say this is because many women too, when we go on dating apps, men are just like one word, hey, how's it going? Let's go out. Let's go out. Let's go out. And it's like, it's always like like this, instant. And many times this does not work anymore. It used to work, but more than ever, this does not work. And I'm probably, you guys have been noticing this as well. And we have to also make sure that your online dating profile is one that's a keeper and that's good. And guys, I'm telling you, it's almost 10 out of 10 at this point. 10 out of 10. Like I actually go on dating apps and I will look at men's profiles purposefully to see what's out there. I'm not kidding, but at least 50 to 1 will literally have great profiles. And at least 50 of them, at least 40 to 35 of them, I could see them as good, at least good, decent looking guys that I can definitely make better in photos to get real results. This is real, guys. And so it's important that we do our online dating and take it. And if you need help with it, you can let us know and do an online dating profile analysis. Just go to my website on the coaching page. You'll see it on the bottom and just sign up for it. But this script I really love is because it says, I'm really enjoying talking to you, right? You're already conversing with her. I'm really enjoying talking to you. Would you be interested in meeting for a drink sometime this week? Obviously, if you're not ready to meet, I'm happy to keep messaging. You leave the ball in her court. It shows also too that you're emotionally aware. Like I said, guys, this is like brilliant. This shows it, and it makes you stand out from other guys too that are just asking her out on a date all of a sudden. So basically from here, what's going to happen and what you're going to see is that she's going to say yes, or she's going to say, why don't we just exchange numbers and take it from there, right? If she wants to go slow. So now you get the number and you take it off of the online dating. Now, the next thing many guys ask me about in regards to keeping the conversation going and sharing stories. I want to help you with sharing stories. So in this video, of course, we're talking to women's scripts. So I wanted to give you those two scripts because those two scripts work great when you are online and approaching and meeting women. And by talking to women's scripts, which is linked below in the description, I give you advice on online dating scripts, approaching scripts, communicating style scripts, first date scripts, texting scripts. I mean, like everything that you can think of, building an emotional story scripts, putting up boundary scripts. I mean, like everything you can think of, there's plenty of scripts on here that are going to help you and guide you to get you to understand too, to make up your own. Now, when you're on dates and you want to build a story, you want to build connection, many ask, well, how do I do this, Apollonia? So when you tell these stories, there are 5 things you want to hit on. Okay. So this is where you can go deeper and you can emotionally connect with women. And it's about telling a story process, quote unquote, that I would love for you guys to try and do. And actually try this with your friends first before you actually do it with women if you would like to try to tell a story. Okay. So there's 5 things I want you to remember to hit on when you're trying to tell a story to a woman so you can build attraction, build chemistry, build emotional connection and go deeper in your conversations, because when you go deeper in your conversations, this is when a woman can connect with you and this is what she really likes, right? So number 1, and I'm going to give you an example of a script at the end. So the first thing we want to do is why you love it. So why in particular, like what's the story we're telling? Why is this particular topic what you love? The thing, the person, the place. Why do you love this thing so much, right? You're going to start with that and you're going to take it through visually, right? You've got to understand part of storytelling and connecting with someone is letting them see the experience, right? Because as humans, we get emotions by what we feel and what we see, right? When we watch TV and we get emotional, it's because we feel something, because something in us was like, wow, that was so beautiful, or was so sad, or whatever. So the way that we do this is because through visualization and hearing. So the most important thing that I want you to remember is when you're talking to a woman about something that you love, give her a visualization of what it is. And I'm going to give you a script at the end so you see what I'm talking about as well. And then 2 is how it affected you and why, right? This is where some men can struggle. Like, how did this particular subject, people, place, or thing that you're talking about change your life? And why did it change your life? How did it affect you become a better person? How did it affect you to become a better driver, a better human, a better worker, a better boyfriend, a better man, whatever the case may be? How did it affect you and why? And open up about that. You don't have to get too personal and too deep, but you can get personal enough that you're owning the story because it comes from a place of expansion. Number 3 is you want to hit on the feeling of something or this thing, right? You want to hit on the feeling of something or the thing that you're talking about. So what is the feeling that you get from this? It changed my life. And, I felt like clearer. I felt more in tune with myself. I started seeing things differently. So you're going to walk her through the feeling so then she can create this feeling with you. And so, especially if it's a positive experience that you felt, this is a good thing to bring on the date because she's going to coexist her feelings with how she feels with you on the date as well. So you want to not only dose in some flirting and bantering and some light conversations, but also some deep conversations. Because when a woman goes home, she doesn't think about you personally, she thinks about the experience. And then from the experience is when she starts thinking about you. And the same goes for you guys, vice versa, if you really think about it. Now, number four, you're going to talk about why it inspires you, right? So you're going to talk about why this inspires you, why this has changed your life, why this could inspire her too, if you guys have a relatable topic about this. And so typically when you share this story and you go into depth, it doesn't mean like you have to take hours explaining it. I'm going to give you a script and I'm going to show you how to do this. But what is important to understand is that you're able to open up the branch for her to see inside of your life to be like, wow, this guy's pretty cool. This guy's pretty amazing. Dang. And if she doesn't see it, guess what, guys? It's great news too, because you just did yourself a favor because maybe the person you're not jiving with or you guys don't blend with, right? And so this is really important as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share with you like a script that I would encourage you guys in these five things to do and you want to hit on. So let me go into this script in regards to how to share a status story, right? Okay, so and I call this a status story because it's about you. So status story is where you show status story, excuse me, is where you showcase credentials or credibility or achievements or something about you that you love. This does not come from a place of proving, okay? But rather a place of showing so you can see how she responds and if she has any status stories about herself so you can get to know her as a person. So many guys accomplish so much in their life and they don't actually look at it as accomplishment because we can honestly be our worst critics, right, guys? You can be your own worst critics. And so in my group coaching sessions, 9 out of 10 times when a man speaks to me, I can find so many status stories when they think that they have none. So I want to give you an example of a status now. So let's go into it. Remember the five things you want to hit on, and this is so short, right? And I'm going to show you. You can do it so short too, or you can do it a little bit longer, especially if you guys are vibing and she's asking questions in between. Is why you love it, how it affected you and why, the feeling of something or of this that's created in you, why it inspires you or what it taught you, and then you want to share your joy for it, right? So this is very important. So here it goes. Let's say that you were let's say that you were I'm going to give you an example about growing up, right? So this is you. Growing up, I always had a dream to see Paris because it looked like something out of this world on a magazine and postcard. Why you loved it? Number one, you gave her a visual. It looked like a magazine and postcard right there. I would hang them up on my wall as a kid. I never thought I would ever be able to go since I was raised with a single mother and money was not always available to us. How it affected you and why? That was you right there. So as I grew older, I started taking small jobs and opening up a savings account to save for my trip one day. Then as I got older, I opened up my own business and my business inspired me every day and partially because of my dream to go to Paris. The income started to get better and a client reached out and asked me one day out of the blue to come and live in Paris for 3 months, all expenses paid. One day, all expenses paid, excuse me, if I helped him with his job. I was ecstatic, right? Now he created the feeling of something or of this situation and why it inspired him and taught him. So then he proceeds to say, so I lived in Paris for 3 months. And now the story reminds me of just working for your dreams and your goals, and they will somehow come to you. And I live by this every day because this is the story that really changed my life and inspired me. And I visualized it and it finally happened. Now you see what I mean? He created the experience, he created the joy, he created everything here. And so this is how you share status stories. Remember, there is 5 principles to the status story. So write this down, guys, okay? Is one, why you love them, why, right? Why you love it, the story, whatever it is, people, place, or thing, whatever you're talking about. For him, it was about traveling to Paris and how he manifested his job into this and his career and how his it affected him on number 2 is how it affected you and why. He never thought he would be able to go there because his mom was a single mom and money was always an issue until he grew up and as an adult and he opened up his own business and was able to do this. The feeling or something of this that it created. So he talked about how it reminded him of that if you conquer your dreams and live by your dreams and do what's right, you'll always be inspired and someone else will inspire you and what it taught him. And so then and then what he went into is the why it inspired him. So then he shared his joy. And so it opens up for a woman naturally to want to share something about hers and be like, oh my God, that's so cool. I never went to Paris. I would always love to go to Paris, or I did go to Paris too. I lived there for 1 month. What year did you? And now you guys get to really see each other um for what you guys are and connect on a deeper level instead of all this BS about, oh, I gotta say this one line and I gotta do this. And now you're a mechanic and you feel like I'm not being authentic and I'm getting women on dates, Apollonia, but I can't get them anywhere else on the third or second or fourth date, right? I see this all the time, and it's a bunch of unwiring that I have to do. So the scripts that I gave you in the beginning of this live, I want you to go back and see if you're just channeling in. And hi, guys, for tuning in. Is I gave you an approach script on how to approach women and get the number, like basically a script that I would recommend for you once you guys have been talking to each other for a while to break the ice. And then also to an online dating script, and also to a story. I gave you 5 things to build a story so you can hit on storytelling with a woman and creating status as your story. Now, if you want to take things to a deeper level with me, I would encourage you because right now we're having a sale on my Talking to Women scripts. On my Talking to Women scripts, I think I have over, I don't even know, 50, 60 pages of scripts. And in the script, so I have approach scripts, I have first date scripts, I have texting scripts, I have online dating scripts, bantering and flirting scripts, emotional connection scripts, boundary scripts, which many men are wanting, and how to set boundaries, value scripts, scripts to test a woman, when you feel stuck scripts, and dealing with confrontation scripts, which is huge. And that's a big one. Like when someone's being passive aggressive, defensive, critical, taking accountability for your mistakes, communicating interest in a relationship with a woman, how to do that the right way, communicating your general needs. There's so much in these communication scripts that I really want you to take advantage because I've been talking about this on in my group sessions and I was like, I need to do a live. I need to tell my guys about this on YouTube because I've been seeing so many transitions with these scripts for so many men that've been helping them. And I actually give you guys clarity too on this too. So I want you to, it's in the description box or it's in the link in the chat. So if you're watching the replay, it's in the description box as well. And I'm going to take some questions. I'm going to take just 2 questions because it's my Sunday and I'm going to go spend some time with the family now. But let's see. Wieslo, Apollonia, thank you so much. Learned a lot from you. You're so welcome, Wieslo. I'm happy you have. And thank you for your support as well. Jaden, oh, thank you so much. I watched. I needed this. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jaden. I love that name, by the way. Jaden's one of my favorite names. Also, too, like if you really did need this, what I would encourage you to do is take advantage of the online dating profile script. I mean, not online dating, excuse me, talking to women scripts. It's a sale right now. And I would like you to take advantage of that in description. Sorry. So I'm going to just put that up there so you guys know. Because it's really amazing how much this has changed a lot of my guys in feeling comfortable and really being able to navigate how they want to communicate with a woman. I hope I can meet you one day. I'm in Connecticut, of course. Hopefully, you can come to one of my live events or do some of my group coachings. We're opening up in October, and also my retreats we're opening up this year too. The next one will be in February. You guys will hear me talking about that. Roll the R's. I do like more of like she needs space videos. But I think in regards to like I mean, I coach on breakups all the time. Like I help you guys through this, of course. But I really love Love Advice TV. They have great they're more psychology. I know Natalie has a license. Coach Natalie on Love Advice TV has a license, and she's amazing. I know Adrian, he's incredible as well, and so I love them as a community. So they have great X-Pac videos if you're looking for that. I do more of She Needs Space, and I also do coach getting the X-Pac a lot, but It's generally where I like to stay as attraction on my videos. So thanks for your question, rolls the R's, but we have a lot of online dating. I mean, a lot of She Needs Space and When She Asked for a Break videos that I have put on my channel. So go ahead and look at those because those will be really, really good. It's actually one of my top performing videos. And I have a whole program about She Needs Space and what to do. Um, let's see. I feel you there, BK for okay, so that was one. A girl approached me and asked for my number. She was younger than me and had all the qualities for what I seek. What tips may you have to give me on handling this? Well, a girl approached me and asked for my number. She was younger than me and had all the qualities so far that I seek. What tips may you have to give me on this? Go on a date with her and figure it out. Go on a date with her and see what she's all about and see if you like her and see if you guys hit it off. Like, take it for what it is, my dude. You got this. Like, this is awesome. That when a woman approached you. I love when I hear women approaching men. That's awesome. Love all your content. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, Jared. You should create your own dating site. I'm actually doing some type of match, like not matchmaking, I wouldn't say it, but mixers at my retreats. And you guys will see that on my YouTube channel. I'll be talking a lot about them. We're putting all of this content together soon for you guys because I just had one of my retreats and it was the most life-changing experience for these men, but also for me. And I noticed how much effective it is for me to be in person with you guys. So it's something that's very exclusive though. We'll be talking about it because I know a lot of you guys are wow asking about these. It's crazy. What are the 3 words to control? I don't understand what that means. Sorry, Matthew. Communication is definitely the key, baby girl. Facts. You're awesome, no doubt. Love what you're doing. Thank you so much, Joseph. Um, thank you, Anne. And wow, I have so many guys in here saying that I've helped them tremendously. Thank you. This is why I need to do more lives. You know, like entrepreneurship and YouTube can be so lonely sometimes because you put out content and you're like, I hope it's working. I hear it's working. But being live, it's like really cool to see you guys as well. um, why do women tell each other everything? I love that, Chris. I don't like, let me think. Why do I tell? Well, I think it's for me. I don't tell my girls. Okay, so I tell selective friends everything. I don't like tell everybody everything. Um, I just feel like women crave connection with their girlfriends all the time. And, you know, it's funny because my husband and I were just talking about this. And I was like, why do you think it's so easier for women to be emotionally open than men? And he's like, if you think about it, sweetie, like your girlfriends, for example, you tell them everything. Like, and since you were young, you were always gossiping, talking, possibly things like this. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, but with my friends, like, we're just like, hey, dude, what's going on? How you been? I'm all right. Blah, blah, blah. How's the career? Blah, blah, blah. Like, it's like, we talk if everything is going good. If something hits the fan, basically, in the life, we'll talk about it, but we don't really sit there and talk about the sky is blue and how you're feeling and da 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 da. And I think that's why men have a trouble with opening up and showing emotion to their other guy friends and so on. And it happens, and in relationships, it can fall into relationships that they struggle too. And so I think that when we were talking about that, it was a big eye opener because there was some truth behind that if you really think about it. And so I think that's where the struggle comes in. And that's why I created this Talking to Women scripts. It's over 50 pages of scripts for you guys on every breakdown so you can get more clearer and you can get more guided when you're dating women. And so I want you to use these scripts. There's a sale on these scripts right now. The link is in the description box as well. So go ahead and grab that. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and grab that. Comment below if you have any questions. And I would love to hear from you as I love hearing from you guys after my lives as well. And for those of you that can make it on my live, I'm so happy to have met and seen some of you virtually on the chat box. Yes, Rico 627N. Yes, you have to, especially if something is happening with her family. Um, she needs to not feel pressure from you. She needs to see that she can just be at flow with this guy that she's dating when something goes wrong in life, basically. Okay. All right, guys. Well, wonderful. Great question. Thank you so much for joining me live. Please take advantage of those Talking to Women scripts. It is a true game changer. The reason why I came live on a Sunday is because all my group sessions, these guys that got the Talking to Women scripts all told me they will use them this week and this weekend. It was a true game changer for them. So I want you to pick it up. I was like, I need to do a live on YouTube. I need to tell my guys about this. Let me just get it on there. And so I needed to just do a quick live for you guys to do this. So go ahead and take that Talking to Women scripts link in description. It is only on sale for a limited time. Go ahead and grab it. And I'll talk to you guys soon. And remember, you are always loved. Much love. Happy Sunday or have a great weekend, whenever you're watching this. Bye, guys.